Coach, just talk about the game. I mean, down most of the game and fought till the end, come back on a dramatic home run and pulled it out.
Yeah, I just was really proud of our fight tonight. I think tonight was one of the biggest team wins that we've had, just kind of being down and having each other's back and fighting to the end. So I'm just really proud of them.
I really want to ask about Jenna. We had talked about last week, how frustrated she seemed when she got behind in the count, and for her to have to come in for half and roles reversed, and for her to pitch the way she did. I mean, what do you have to say about just her poise on the mound tonight?
Well, that's what she's really looked like all year for us, to be completely honest. That's what she's grinded for, and she's worked her butt off to be in that position. And so tonight was just another great outing. She's had great outings for us all year. And she was put in a tough situation, and she pitched outstanding. I was really, really happy with her night tonight. And, and we just focused, our offense had Mary's back tonight, but Jenna had her back too. And so when we kind of just fight for each other, we're going to go a lot further. And so it was a great night all around. But Jenna had everything working. She looked really good. She was keeping them off balance. Her spin was there, and quite honestly, for her, that's what she looks like every day. So I'm glad to see her put together a game like that.
And I'll finish on this. And I'll let somebody else ask a question. It seems like every year you're dealing with some kind of schedule changing and stuff are just not going as planned, and the field, the way it looked yesterday compared to what it looked like this morning. And for the team just to sit there and wait with the schedule changes and to come together, fight till the end. I mean, that says a lot about the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like we had to wait a long time to get this game in tonight. We've been ready, and there was just a really cool vibe about them all day. And sometimes, honestly, as a coach, you worry about it because you sit here and you're practicing, 3 extra practices than you typically do. And at this time of year, they just want to play. And we do too. And so I thought that they were very businesslike tonight. I thought they were very composed, and from the time we started till the very end. So I just thought it was a great night overall.
Through the last few days, when you've had these scheduling changes, first the midweeks and then the weekend keeps getting pushed back, and then it changes from a tournament to a 3-game series. Mm-hmm. What did you do? What did you have to do to keep your team, I'll use the word inspired and ready to play, but what did you have to do through the course of those days to deal with all those changes and keep your team ready, whenever you did end up playing?
Well, fortunately right now we don't have to do too much to keep them in a place ready to play. And that's the nice thing. I also too have to just say that Austin Freeman, our grounds guy, I know I have to do a side tangent right now. He has absolutely worked his butt off the last few days. We had over an inch of ice on our entire field 2 days ago, and to do what he did to make it playable today, he's incredible. I think he's always incredible, but goodness gracious, what he did to get these games in is just on another level. But I think that we have a huge appreciation for Austin. He's a very much, a part of our program and part of our family here. And so I think it's just that for our players, they saw what our field looked like 2 days ago. They saw what it looked like yesterday. And so they see how hard everyone's working for them. And we just want to play. And so for them, I think that they feel that investment, they feel that commitment. And then I think they just show up for each other. And that includes Austin and all of our support staff.
In the first inning, when Louisville scores and then scores again, what goes through your mind as a coach? You've been waiting for a few days now to play. Louisville gets off to that kind of start. What goes through your mind, and what was your message to your team at the half inning?
I won't say what goes through my mind because this is being recorded and I don't want it to be used against me later. No, I think that you just know that they're ready to play. And we expect that from everybody that we take the field against. And so they're digging in. They obviously have a great game plan on Mary. You can see early, typically with Mary, you can see early if her stuff's just not as good. And then they had a great game plan for her. And so it's just knowing that we have Jenna to go to, we have a great staff to go to, and we just stay the course. There's no panic in this team. There's no panic in us as a staff. And so there's not necessarily a message, just as much as, hey, we got to fight for each other. We got to fight for each other. And we got those two, and then they got the one off of Jenna. And then it was just like, hey, it doesn't matter how many they score, we're going to score more. And it's just a matter of continuing to be in a position to throw punches and feeling confidence to do that.
Last one for me. What does it say about your team to, get punched, to use your word like that, in the first inning, and then to be able to fight and claw their way back and come away with the win?
Well, it's nights like these that make me the proudest, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. This game has a lot of ups and downs, and you can ride every emotion and every up and down in literally 2 innings, 1 inning, a game. And so when they can stay composed and just have such a business-like approach and just kind of say, hey, I got you. That's what it's all about. It's why you play a team sport, So I think that we're getting there more than anything. We're getting there as a team. We didn't have this same fight, the same intensity, but weekend one, and each weekend it keeps growing, which to me just means we're on the right track. We're not there yet, but we're getting there.
Got any other questions?
Yeah, Coach, I know you touched on Hannah's performance in your opening statement, but for a sophomore to go 3 for 5 and come up so clutch at the plate when you guys needed it most at such a young age, how do you describe how she's been handling the responsibility so far this season?
Well, I think that she is in a role that she's coveted and that she's worked her butt off for, and that's so I can't say enough about Hannah Gammill. She about broke my hand coming around third in that inning. Hannah is one of the hardest workers I've ever had the privilege of coaching, and I've coached some really good ones. Hannah maybe exceeds all that. She is just an incredible human. I know you're asking about her performance. I'm just going to talk about her as a person, because you get to see the performance piece and you're drawn to her. I love watching her. I imagine that you love watching her with her intensity, her big smile, her physicality, her strength, her athleticism. That's who she is absolutely every day. And she's just really, really special. So when she's in this role and she goes 3 for whatever she did tonight, 3 for 4, and she has a big home run, and she is so intentional about her preparation. And she is just an absolute joy to be around all the time. So this is the role that she wanted to step into, and this is a role that she can absolutely shine in.
What's the locker room like after a win like this?
I don't know. Good question. That's their space. I do know that they just had, I know I said this earlier, that they had this cool vibe from the very beginning today, and they just carried it out. They're playing with a lot of confidence. And it's games like these that really start to bring us even closer. And so I imagine they're having some fun, but they're very, very ready to focus on tomorrow.
Last one for me. Mary's always so reliable, and when you get a tough game from her, to have Bloom step up, and the stat in front of me, 6 innings pitched, 8 Ks, allowing 5 hits and 1 earned. For her as your number 2 to step in and have just an awesome game. What does that mean when there's people behind Mary that can also have phenomenal outings in the circle?
Well, it's huge. It's huge. I think what it shows Mary is that she doesn't have to be perfect. It shows that she can have an off night and someone's going to step up for her. But that's really what it was about. Jenna stepping up. It was about our offense stepping up. And I think it shows that each area of our, every facet of our program right now, that you don't have to be perfect and you play freely. But that's, we have a staff, and it's nice for Mary to not feel like she has to do all of it. And she definitely doesn't. because we have Shanice and Callie and Lauren and everybody ready. But I thought it was huge for Jenna tonight to step into that position and keep us in the game and give us a chance to win it. So it's really, really big.
Got any last questions? All right, thanks for joining us. We'll have another, hopefully Zoom tomorrow after our double header, so we'll see you then.
Thank you.